Good afternoon, FlossTube friends. This is Lisa, Lady Huzzah Presents on FlossTube, Lady Huzzah on Instagram. I'm back for another episode of FlossTube. Man, has it been busy lately. My last one that I did by myself was in September, and then I did post a video with my friend Sylvia when she visited in October. So a lot's been going on, life has been busy, and in fact, I've been noticing that with FlossTube lately. People have been doing little check-ins. It's just that busy time of the year. I have been doing a lot of stitching. However, a lot of it is for surprises right now because it's either Christmas. I do have friends who have holiday birthdays, winter, fall birthdays. And it's just been a lot of secrets that I'm stitching that I can't show. I've also been participating in some exchanges. So anyway, get something nice to sip on, something cold, hot, or other, adult, and just enjoy what I have to share with you today. A little bit of old business. I do have 2 people that have not claimed their prizes from my Mary Cox video. So I will shout them out again, and they do need to email me to claim their prize. If they don't, when I post my next video, I will re-choose names from those comments from my Mary Cox video. So what still needs to be claimed is this vintage needle minder, or vintage pin keep, and I'm really looking for Autumn Jewel 1357 to claim her prize. And just email me. I will put my email in the show notes, and I will get this out to you. The other one is the Friend So Dear pin keep, and I'm looking for Westy Wolf to claim that. So again, Westy, send me an email and claim your prize, and I'll get it out to you. These are great prizes that Mary so very generously offered to us. So from my last video by myself in September, that was the one that I had the penny dolls. So I would like to announce the winners of the penny dolls. And again, if this is your name, this is who you are, please email me and I'll see that I mail the doll to you. So this sweet little boy holding a book, this goes to Debbie Petch. I hope I pronounced your name right, Debbie. Debbie Petch, 1808. You've won this little boy with the book. Then there's a little girl with a dog, and this goes to Deborah Butler, 1953. If this is you, Deborah, I'll send the doll out to you. Please email me. And then there's a little girl with her doll. This is so sweet. And this goes to Peg Younger, 3998. So Peg, Debbie, and Deborah, please email me if you see this and claim your little sweet little penny doll. Okay, so there has been a lot going on, like I mentioned. I'd like to talk about some stitchy kindness here first. I participate in a Facebook exchange, and I received my exchange gift from Lois Moore, and she stitched me this beautiful Erica Michaels berry. The stitching is perfection. The finishing is perfection. Look at how she did the top. So nice. And then Lois also sent me a lovely note on a Christmas card. And she sent me my favorites. My favorites are Ghirardelli chocolates. And I love gummies. So thank you very, very much, Lois. What's the best part about these exchanges is that you always meet a new stitchy friend, and they really become treasured friends to you, and it's just a special time. It's really a labor of love, stitching something for someone that you've never met. And I was just thrilled to receive your package, Lois. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I already have it displayed. Here, I'll show you how I have it displayed in this bowl. And there's some Santa spools in here that I recently found at an antique mall. I got all 7 of these spools in here for $20. This one I showed. So cute. And then these 2 little spools. Look at these tiny little Santa faces on those. So cute. So I just found these recently, and my berry happened to be downstairs when I brought in the spools, and I thought this is perfect to display them in this bowl with a tomato pin cushion. And there you have it. So I love making little vignettes for holidays or events, using my stitching things and using some of the vintage items or antique items that I find. You've heard me talk in other videos about how I just love antiquing and have really found some treasures, and boy, do I have a treasure to share with you later on today. So anyway, that's some of my stitchy kindness. Also, my lovely friend Miriam also just sent me this little fob, a little bag pull or fob. It's beaded and it says nurse on it. She sent that to me just because she's just a great friend. And that was super nice of her. I am a nurse. I've been an operating room nurse for many, many years. I've been a nurse for 41 years. Most of that time has been spent in the operating room. The other bit of stitchy kindness that I have here, oh no, what did I do with them? Oh, here they are, is my friend, I keep dropping, my friend Sylvia sent me her new Christmas releases. This makes some adorable pillows that you can put in a dough bowl, or just, you could put a hanger on it and make an ornament out of it, kind of a big ornament, but they're just super nice. I would love to fill it with, stuff it with pine, some aromatic pine. So this one is called Christmas Wishes. And actually our friend Miriam stitched this model for her. And then this one, Beneath the Snow, this sweet ornament with the deer. Miriam also stitched this for her. So thank you, Sylvia. I can't wait to get into those when all my stitching commitments are over for the year. So I really appreciate whenever anybody thinks of me. I'm just so touched when someone thinks to send me something special like that. It's just, stitchers are the best. It's just so thoughtful and so kind of them. So anyway, another thing that I wanted to mention, this is not stitching related, but it is the gift giving time of the year. And this is something that I have found that you may be interested in for yourself or a family member. It's really fun. This is called Micro Puzzles. And this one here is part of a 3-month subscription box that I bought. I am no way sponsored by Micro Puzzles. This is just something that I purchased and really have enjoyed it. So I just wanted to share it with all of you. Anyway, Micro Puzzles. I signed up for a 3-month subscription, and each month you get at least 2 puzzles. One month there was 3 puzzles, but they're on very sturdy board. Each puzzle is 150 pieces. So this one makes a nice autumn landscape. I think they're each 150 pieces. Yes, 150 pieces. And look at this one with the houses. So it's great. In fact, when I first heard about micro puzzles, my husband and I were traveling in Ireland last spring, and we were on a train up to Belfast for the day. And there was a group of friends, and on the train, which would take a little bit to drive, it wasn't a quick train. And they said, okay, guys, it's time for puzzles. And they put out some of these tubes of puzzles for their friends, and they all started working on these puzzles on the train. And so I started chatting with them, and they said one of their friends had started this company. So it's just really cool, nice gift items they have, and a nice surprise, you know, to get in the mail every month. And so when you join the subscription, they send you at least 2 puzzles, and they sent a little holiday pin with puzzle pieces on the Christmas tree this time. But there was one month that I got a pair of socks. Another month I got a third puzzle. Another month I received, I think it was a luggage tag. Yes, it was a luggage tag. So it's really fun. So they have all different subscriptions you can get, but this one is for 3 months, $65 for 3 months, includes the shipping. And it's just super fun to do. I think the puzzles themselves retail for $10 a piece. But if you're just ordering a $10 puzzle, you have to pay shipping on that. Shipping, I think, is free over $35 or $50. So when you buy the subscription, even though you are mailed boxes at 3 different times, your shipping is covered on that. So check them out. They're on a website. I actually saw them on Facebook. Of course, you know how Facebook listens. They probably heard us talking to the people on the train in Ireland, and then pops an ad for micro puzzles. Kind of scary. But anyway, check it out. Micro puzzles, great fun. And it's one of those gifts that keep on giving if you choose to gift it to someone for Christmas. I've also found out that it seems like a lot of stitchers also enjoy doing jigsaw puzzles, because to me, I know I do, to me, stitching is kind of like a jigsaw puzzle on fabric. So anyway, check out Micro Puzzles. Again, I am not a sponsor of them at all. This is just something that I purchased and have really, really been enjoying. So it's great for if you're waiting in a restaurant or on an airplane, train, wherever, just going somewhere that you need to pass some time. But it's fun. They work up to be about the size of a 4x6, a photograph size. So anyway, there you go. So what have I been stitching on? I do have a few finishes to show you. Here we go. November 10th was my husband Bob and my 33rd wedding anniversary, and I stitched him this. Sorry for the wrinkles. It's been a busy day. I love you more than when I said I do. I love you more today than when I said I do. So I stitched this for my husband Bob. The only thing that I want to do is chart out our wedding year, our anniversary date, and that it was stitched by me, and I will stitch that over one across the bottom. But he really enjoyed getting this from me on our anniversary, and this was really fun to do. This is one of Sylvia Stecker's design, running with needles and scissors, and it was really fun to stitch for him. So that's one of my finishes. And then this is the ornament I stitched for my kids this year for Christmas. I have 2 kids. They're grown. This is for my son, Ryan. I stitched the same one for my daughter, Erin. I purchased these little containers at Country Sampler this past summer. They had them on sale in their basement sale area. But super easy finish. I just cut a piece of mat board, covered it with a layer of 2 of Warm and Natural, gathered the stitched piece up around it, and glued it in. So what's kind of cool about this, though, is on the bottom, there's a clip. So this can just clip onto the Christmas tree branch. So I stitched 2 of these Santas. I don't really think I'm in danger of my kids watching my floss tube. But if they see that if they do, way surprise for me. But if they do, they'll see what their Christmas ornament is for this year. I'm also stitching another one. This was from the, oh heck, where is it? Oh, these are Prairie Schooler designs. And this was from an old chart, Prairie Go Rounds. And I'm also stitching another one. I have a third one of these. I'm stitching the bird. And it has some greenery. I really like this linen because it kind of looks like snow on it. So anyway, that should be finished soon. I was actually hoping to have it finished in time for my floss tube today, but nope, that didn't happen. We just have to move on. So anyway, the other thing I want to talk to you about today is advent calendars. I really think I might have a problem. In looking at my advent calendars for this year, I have not one, not two, three, or four, but I have 5 advent calendars. I just love them. And I think it stems from when I was a kid. We used to always get those advent calendars that there was a little picture behind the window, sometimes a little scripture verse on the flap. And they were all beautiful pictures of, I think a lot of them came from Germany and were also usually very sparkly with glitter. And then came along the chocolate advent calendars. Why not start your day every morning in December with a chocolate? So anyway, I just really love advent calendars. And now that is really creeping over into the cross stitch arena too, as well as other things. So let me show you a few of the advent calendars I have. The first one, actually this was a freebie at World Market the other day. They were having a special that if you bought any purchase, or maybe you didn't even have to make a purchase. I did, but you got a free chocolate advent calendar. And this really isn't that much. I mean, the whole package only is 50 grams and it's divided between 24 candies. So anyway, I can start my morning in December with chocolate. So the other advent calendar that I have is this one. Oh man, oh, it's heavy. Is a candle advent calendar that my husband picked up for me at Aldi. Every day there is a different little votive candle in a nice little ceramic cup for the days of December. So that was very sweet of him to get this for me. And it'll be fun to enjoy the scents of the season with my candle advent calendar. So that's the other one. The other advent calendars that I have are definitely stitchy related. Okay, so I know that Colorado Cross Stitcher, Sherry from Colorado Cross Stitcher, from her shop, she offered a 12 Days of Christmas one. So she says you can either put it under your tree, open it all at once, open something every other day in December, or just wait as it gets closer to Christmas and just open one a day. So this arrived in the mail the other day, and I have not, or last week, I have not opened it at all to see what's in here. So let's open it together. Cute little wooden ornament here. I might make that into a needle minder if I can. So let's see what this one's all about. I haven't had hers before. So let's see. Oh, it feels like there's lots of pieces and parts. Oh, okay. So this one, $12 different envelopes, all labeled. So this will be fun. I ordered this back in August and actually had kind of forgotten that I did order it. So I was thrilled when it arrived in the mail because then all of a sudden I did remember. So this will be fun to do. I think what I'm going to do is to open one every other day in December as we lead up to Christmas. You know, I think my fascination for advent calendars might come from, well, I do just how Christmas is in our home. I do most of the shopping and wrapping and preparing for everyone. So for me, it's really nice to know that I have a surprise. And if it's a stitchy surprise, I know I'll love it. So anyway, I think that's my fascination with the advent calendars. So let me show you the other two that I have. This one is from Hobby House. They were selling this. I actually bought this last year, mid-December. So I didn't use it for Christmas last year, so I saved it for this year. But this is actually a whole bag of needle felting to do for the holidays. So this will be super fun. I know how to do needle felting a little bit. I haven't done the little figures and things like that, but so this will be fun to learn. They told me that it's full of great directions and supplies. And so this will just be something fun to do. I did see recently on the Hobby House website that they do have more of these available right now. I don't know if they still are available, but I just saw them on their website, maybe last week or so. I did see that they still had some of their Advent needle felting. So this is something, if it interests you, you might want to check it out. So that is Advent number 4. So then my big Advent calendar is this. This whole basket of goodness is from my friend Sylvia. A few years ago, a designer was offering an Advent box that you could order. And I happened to be, my husband and I were visiting Sylvia and her husband in Texas for Thanksgiving that year. And we were talking about how fast that Advent box sold out, and wouldn't it be fun to do something like that? So we decided then, 2 years ago, that for 2022, we would do an Advent box for each other. So this is how it works. We really don't look to spend a whole lot of money, although if you pick something up here or you pick something up there, it just doesn't seem like you're spending a lot at the same time. But I don't really, we obviously spend something on each other, but it doesn't seem like a really expensive proposition because we select things either from our own stash, things we've made for each other, or little things that we have found here and there to make up our Advent for each other. So Sylvia went ahead and made little bags that I give her the bags back, and with the little tags with the numbers, this is number 10. She bought these tags when she lived in Germany. And so then we have all our little gifties for each day of December. It's really fun. So when Sylvia visited me in October, she brought me my Advent for this year, and I gave her hers, which I had hers packaged in a really nice wooden box that wine had come in. But one of my neighbors who works at a winery gave me some of these boxes, and they're really a great size for storing projects. So, the bags just fit in there in a perfect way. So I had all of Sylvia's things labeled and wrapped up, and they were all in this wine box for her to enjoy around the holiday. And she drove to my house from Ohio, so it was perfect. I didn't even have to go to the expense, or she didn't have to go to the expense of mailing it this year. But look at this. I cannot wait to dive into this in December. So anyway, however you choose to do your lead up to the holiday, it's just really fun. I just really enjoy the Advent calendars, and who knows, between now and December 1st, I just might end up with another. But it's really fun, and it might be something that you consider to do with some of your friends for another year. It's really fun collecting the things over the year. I just keep a box of things. I just keep adding to it. And then, come the time to get it all packaged and ready, I just sort out what will be day number 1, what I want to kick off the event with, day number 2, and as we build towards Christmas. But it's really just fun to make these Advent gifts for your friends. So anyway, thank you, Sylvia. I can't wait to get into this come December 1st. So there you go. That's my Advent. Here I thought I didn't really have a lot to share with you today, but I really do. I really do. Okay, so we might want to take a look at some of my whips that I have going on. Like I said, I've been doing a lot of stitching for gifts and for exchanges. So some of my other things have taken a back seat, but I really can't wait to hop into them. So with the Thanksgiving holiday, I'm really hoping to have some stitching time for me. We will be away over the holiday for a bit, and a lot of people go away over the holiday, but so anyway, it'll be just fun to have some time for me to catch up on some of the projects that I have loved, and also ones that I'd like to start. So I will share them with you next. Okay, well, my ongoing whip for the year has been my temperature tree from Stitchin' Mommy. So we are into November now. This is really filling up, and the November temperatures, which are over here, are really, really changing. This has been so much fun to do, just one leaf a day for all year, and I have enjoyed this so much. And I'm looking now to see what kind of a temperature chart I would like to do for next year. I've seen like a Quaker one that I might do, but this has really been fun. If you're looking for a project that will totally, pull you in throughout the year, I would highly recommend to do the temperature tree. You don't have to feel pressured to stitch one every day, although I've gotten in the habit of looking for the high temperature in my town, and I just actually pull it up and just do a screenshot of it and then make a list. And there has been times that I've had to catch up, that life has just been busy and I haven't even had time to just stitch that one little leaf. That's pretty pathetic because some days are just so busy, and each leaf is only maybe like 8 stitches. Sometimes a big one might be 12 stitches. But some days, you know how it is, your intention to stitch is there and you think about it, but the day folds at the end of the day and you haven't done anything. So anyway, this has really been fun to do, and that's my temperature tree. I can't wait to see how it rounds out for the year, but it is just stunning. Here, let me show you again up close. And as it is, I think I'm behind 2 or 3 days, but I do have the temperature saved on my phone of what I need to add. So there's my temperature tree by Stitchin' Mommy. Okay, then I've been working on the Hobby House Press Dasher and Dancer throughout the year. And I have gotten quite a bit done on this. Still a lot to do. Sorry for the wrinkles. I'm glad I had the time to do a video today. Have not had time to do ironing. But there you go. This is Dasher and Dancer, and this is stitched on 36 count Dolly Madison. And the thread I'm using on her is Classic Colorworks Bandana. So anyway, a lot of fun to do. I hope to make some progress over the holiday weekend on my Dasher and Dancer. Okay, the other piece I have going on is, this has been going on for quite some time now too, is Martha Martin by Whilst Iris Naps. And I have made some progress on Martha. Another fun stitch. Can't think offhand of what. Oh, this is on Fox and Rabbit 36 count paper bark, and I'm using Weeks Dye Works threads. Beautiful, beautiful colors here. So that's Martha Martin from Whilst Iris Naps. So hopefully she'll get a little bit of love this holiday also. So then there's 2 other things that I would like to start. And the things I would like to start, this is one of them. This was a freebie chart from Needlework Press, so I can show the chart. But it's called Gather Together. I kind of thought that this would be a fun start around Thanksgiving. It is stitched on 36 count Steinbeck from Needle and Flax. And it's using Weeks Dye Works threads. So here we go. Here's Gather Together. And again, it's a freebie from Needlework Press. Here's the linen. And the threads. So I'm hoping to get to those sometime over the weekend to get a nice little start on these pieces. So I always have a lot of stitchy intention, but not always stitchy action. And if the time presents, which I'm not so sure it will, but if it does, I would also like to get going on the hands-on design flamingos ornaments. Okay, now these are stitched on 32 count Icelandic blue linen. I did not choose that linen. Look at this. This is Falamingo. This is Flamingo Bells. I love how Kathy makes these clever little names for her pieces. And this one's Flamingo All the Way. What I like about these ornaments is they use colors that I don't normally stitch with. So it'll just be a fun stitch. This linen, oh heck. This linen is 36 count Mourning Dove. It is a light blue, although it's kind of hard to see that here. Well, it does look kind of light blue. And then these are the fun threads. So anyway, those are my stitching desires for the next coming week, I guess. I have managed to stitch everything I need to for Christmas and exchanges and what have you. So now my stitching time will be mine as we approach the holiday. Well, I know I mentioned in my last video that I would love to do a tutorial on lining a shaker box or a tin. I am very much intending on doing that. It's not ready right now because I want to have it very detailed so that you can follow it foolproof. So for me, that means making mock-ups of every step along the way in the process of lining a box. The result is beautiful, and I just want to make it as easy as possible for you. But although I don't have the lining a box tutorial today, I do have something else that I kind of just happened upon, and it's just really fun. So it has to do with project bags. I love project bags. I love to make project bags. I love to buy project bags. I am thrilled when somebody like my friends gift me a project bag, and I love to, share project bags with people also. To me, it just makes me feel closer to that person. As I've got my project all set in a bag that they made for me, or even if it's one I bought and I maybe know the vendor or not, it just makes me kind of feel a little hug from them that I've got my project safely stowed away in a nice project bag. They're beautiful. So anyway, I kind of happened across this idea and I thought it might be fun. Super easy to do. And it's a little bit different than your regular project bag. It is not supported with interfacing. And they really don't have to be. They're kind of floppy. But remember when we thought that we were living large, when we could find a box of 2-gallon Ziploc bags in the store to use as our project bags? So anyway, I just want to share with you 2 of them that I have made. This one's kind of big. And it's made out of a woven coverlet dish towel. Okay, so I've made this one. And then I made this one. And this was made out of a woven coverlet placemat. And the reason I decided not to interface these is because they are so beautiful just the way they are. Let me show you the inside of this. I wouldn't want to cover that up with fabric lining or interfacing. And what made this so easy, okay, right here you can see the little tab to hang your kitchen towel that came on it. All I did was put a zipper on, folded up either end of the dish towel, put a zipper on there. The edges were already folded over and sewn, so there was no raw edges to deal with. I just inserted my zipper in here. Then I just folded it over. I just moved it around and folded it over to see how much of that I wanted to be flap. And then I just sewed down the sides. So this whole bag is just 4 seams. So then I wanted to jazz it up with something, so I did make this strawberry to go on it. But this is just beautiful and fun, and it can hold a big project, and it's so much fun. One thing, I did have 2 of these, and one thing I did want to alert you to was on your sewing machine, in order to sew this, you really need to use your walking foot on the sewing machine. Because this is a woven material and kind of loosely woven, it will stretch and pull when you're sewing. So I did have 2 of these, and I wanted to show you that the first one I kind of messed up because it stretched. It stretched when I did it, and then it didn't match up properly, and this all kind of wrinkled. So I haven't taken it all apart again, but what I will do is after I get the zipper out, I will wash it again and dry it lightly on a, I washed it in cold water, gentle cycle in the washing machine, because I also wanted to get out extra dyes. On the ones that I did actually make the bags from, I also pre-washed those as well, just because I didn't want a problem with dye transfer to my project. But anyway, I do need to pull this zipper out, but I wanted to show you how this got kind of ripply and just stretched out of shape, that I really couldn't salvage it at that point for making my project bag. It just got all wonky. So anyway, use the walking foot, put the zipper in, then fold it over and position how you would like your flap on the bag to be, and then just sew down the 2 side seams. I think this would be really fun for people to share what they're doing with these. These have a real primitive look to it. But people have been using dish towels. You can buy, like the commemorative dish towels. I know Hands Across the Sea has some. Those I would probably line. But you can get souvenir dish towels. Years ago, people used to have those calendars. You can find those calendar tea towels in vintage shops, and maybe you find one that has a year that is special to you for whatever reason, a birth of a relative, your birth, your child's birth, anniversary, whatever. I would love to see what kind of project bags people make with these. It's just fun. This is the other one I did, and this one was from a placemat. Okay, so I just added, here's my zipper. Again, nice lining. And I just matched up the edges. And that's how I decided my flap side, because I was just lining up the edges. Over here, in all honesty, it was a little bit off. So I just made a little rosette with ribbon, attached it down with a button, and then made a little key fob with a vintage key that I had. But this gives a really nice prim look. These tea towels and placemats are available in stores that sell primitive goods or kitchen shops or something like that. But here, let me show them to you again, because I'm really excited to use these project bags. Again, this was from a placemat. And this larger one was from a tea towel. But they are just so nice and such an easy way that really requires just a limited amount of sewing skills. Again, the walking foot is very important, because the walking foot keeps the feed of the material the same as it comes through the sewing machine. If you're just using a regular foot on the machine, it pulls through, the feed dogs pull through the fabric, not always at the same tension, I guess. And so that's why it ended up a little ripply with the first, one I showed you that I need to redo. So anyway, just something fun to think of. I would love for people to share with me if they try making one. It would just be kind of fun to do. And here I dropped something. Oh, there we go. All right. So give it a try. Be on the lookout. You might even have some of these things to try yourself. But they were really fun to do, and I'm anxious to put my projects in those and use them over the weekend. Okay, so now on to some haul. I have had a fair amount that I really like to show you. So one of the things I purchased was actually today is my friend Sylvia's 60th birthday, running with needles and scissors, and she had offered a kit for her birthday that was a pre-order back a few months ago. But today on her website, if you are signed up for her emails, today you can download the chart for this free, just for today until just after midnight tonight. So she's been getting a tremendous response to this, and it's great. So this is a free download, but I did get a regular chart with the kit that I ordered. So this is Sarah Rickwood, and you might want to go to her Running with Needles and Scissors and download this free today. And today is the 20th of November. So anyway, hop on it, and you too can have this one for free. So it is stitched on. I have 40 Count Prairie Land by Atomic Ranch. So I did start it last night. In the middle of the night, I was stitching. Here we go. I got a small start yesterday. It's stitched with hand-dyed fibers, Vicki Clayton silks. So Sylvia's kit was really quite sweet. It came with the chart. It came with the linen. It came with a little suitcase that was loaded with the Vicki Clayton silks. There's 6 different colors of silks. There was a needle. That's a little tiny magnet there. And then she also made this cute little bunny waxer to go with it, because she does have a bunny in her logo, a hare. So anyway, and it all came in like a little mesh project bag. So that's some of my haul. And again, I did get started on her last night. I wanted to be one of the first ones to join Sylvia in her birthday stitch. And I started last night. Oh, it must have been about 1:30 in the morning that I was up stitching. So anyway, that was that. A couple other things that I have purchased recently. I ordered from Hobby House. They had a huge panel of some Bristol sampler fabric. I ordered this. This is a nice heavyweight fabric. It's good to make project bags. It's good to make totes. It's good to use for backing for things. This is Harriet Salt, and I did order this from Hobby House Needleworks. And then there were some panels available that were Hands Across the Sea panels that Hobby House did not have anymore, but I was able to order them from Nicola Parkman's website, the Hands Across the Sea website. And this is one of the panels. Gotta hold this way back. It has little miniature panels of many of the hat's designs that you can then use in your sewing and creating for other things. So I got that one. And then, let's see, I ordered this one. And this one, I was glad to see that this had Ann Morrison on it. I stitched Ann Morrison for the Traditional Stitches birthday anniversary stitch along that they had. So this will be fun to see what stay tuned to see what I make from these, but I was really excited to get these panels in the mail. I've also treated myself to a yard of 36 count Dolly Madison from Needle and Flax. And I also got a fat half of Steinbeck from Needle and Flax. I love these colors. They're great for samplers. And who knows what I'll stitch on these, but I always like to have some linen stash to pull from when I'm starting to create a new project. The other thing I bought recently, I've never done this. This was from Hands On Design, Cranberry Christmas. I got this, and this came with the sulky pack of threads to use also. I've never stitched with the sulky threads, but I understand you just pull them off the spool, just like you do with the 103 silks. So anyway, I've got these to make. A good way to try the sulky weight. And then the linen I purchased for this was 32 count Weeks Cocoa. Let me see. Take it out. You can see it. Sorry for the crinkling. I do love the crinkling. To me, it's just anticipation. So anyway, here's the threads and the linen for Cranberry Christmas. The other thing I purchased was Mrs. Campbell from Hands Across the Sea. And there is one of those little fabric panels of Mrs. Campbell also. But one of my friends, Vicky, is stitching this, and she's doing a beautiful job, and I just had to buy Mrs. Campbell. When I will get to her, I don't know. But she's there when I'm ready for her. So anyway, that's my haul. Then, I also, wait, there's more. Last time I mentioned that I received the Milady's Cording Conundrum from Country Sampler. I did get this, and then I went ahead and called Country Sampler and ordered some of the fabrics that they used for the finishing of these extra pieces. So those arrived in the mail, but I think this was like $15, and you got a few fabrics, ribbons, rickrack, trim. If any of you are into finishing, this will be a good thing to have for when you make these smalls and on the Cording Conundrum. The other thing I got from Sampler Guild of the Rockies, they were doing a fundraiser, and I got this pincushion kit designed by Fox and Rabbit. And this is stitched on 40 count taipan linen, desert taipan linen by Fox and Rabbit. And this came with the chart, the linen, and the overdyed cotton threads. So we have that. And then, but wait, there's more. I guess I have been shopping. From the Homespun Needlework group on Facebook that Julie Corsave runs, they have limited kits that are produced by designers, and then they pair them with a shop that kits the kit for them. So this was Winter Wishes by Erica Michaels. And this all came, you get enough to do the sampler and the berries, and this all came with all the little pieces and parts. So that'll be a fun thing to do. I'm thinking that might be a January winter start for me. So much desire, so little time relatively. I do stitch a lot, but I always want to do more. So the other thing that I also purchased that arrived, I had pre-ordered this a while ago, was the 2024 Book of Days. And I ordered this from Colorado Cross Stitcher. What she does is that you buy the book and then you pay a few more dollars, and she has it bound. This is a plastic cover on the front and back to protect your book a little bit, especially if you're in it often, writing down what you do. So here's the calendar for the year. And you can sticker it up, write it up, whatever you're working on. But then what Sherry also has them do, her printer or wherever she goes to, is they add extra pages in the back. if you want to add contact information or photos from retreats or just different things about your year that were significant and how it relates to your stitching. So this was really fun to do. Colorado Cross Stitcher had them. I don't know if she still does, but you can always take this to your local Staples or Office Max, or I don't even know if Office Max is in business anymore. Staples, you can take it to Staples and have them bind it and add extra heavy cardstock pages in the back too. So that was also fun. Okay, so I do have to tell you about a find that I had that was amazing. In fact, I recorded an extra little video that I will attach at the end, and I just can't believe I found this piece for the price that I got it for. My friend Stacy and I were going to Ocean City, Maryland for the weekend back in mid-October, and we stopped at an antique mall down on the Eastern Shore. And, you know, when I antique with my friends, whoever finds it gets first dibs, and then if they choose not to purchase the item, you know, then other people can select. It's only fair. If you were the one that found it, you should be able to buy it first. So I was leaning down low looking for something, and Stacy said to me, "Oh, that's a Martha Washington sewing cabinet next to you." And so I turned around and I said, "Do you want it?" And she said, "Oh, I don't even know how much it is, but I have one. I have one from my grandmother. So if you want it, you can have it." So I looked at the price, and it was $45. $45. I have never seen one under $150 that's in good, well, the $150 ones are usually not in great shape. I've never seen them for maybe $250 and above. I mean, that's the price that they usually are, $250 and above. So anyway, it was $45. So a lot of the vendors were having sales. So I went up to the front desk. I carried it up to the front desk, and I asked them, I said, "You know, I'm interested in this sewing chest." I said, "Do you know if this vendor is having a sale?" And they looked it up and they said, "Oh, yes, you can get 10% off." Okay, I'll take it. So now I'm down to $40.50 for this beautiful sewing chest. The only thing that really was wrong with it is on the top, there's a mark that looks like somebody had set down a cup or something on it that, you know, left a mark, like if you leave a hot cup or water drops on it or something. So I have since oiled it, and I'm, you know, working on that spot. Honestly, it doesn't even really bother me. So anyway, the problem with taking it with us is that our car was loaded up with gifts for friends, food for the Airbnb, just different things for the weekend, and we did not have a room in the car to tote this with us. So we asked them if we could come back Monday. So Monday, we go back, and, you know, we said, "We're here to pick up the sewing chest." And they're like, "What sewing chest?" So my heart gave a little jump then, but we had already paid for it. And so then the person said, "Oh, I think I saw it back in the cage. I'll go get it." So anyway, I'm waiting up at the front desk, just anxiously awaiting my sewing chest. And I hear this tremendous crash in the back. And I was like, "Oh man, I bet they just dropped that." Well, sure enough, the person was bringing my beautiful Martha Washington sewing chest up to the front of the shop on a little hand truck dolly thing. Well, the legs, I don't know if you're familiar with these sewing chests, but I'll show you in my video. They have thin legs. And so it would be very difficult to balance on something like that. Well, this thing crashed front first, right down on the floor. Some of the drawers went flying. A knob fell off and broke the knob. Thankfully, it broke from the side and back of the knob, not the front of the knob. And then one of the drawers kind of came apart at the dovetail join. I was heartbroken. So I said to the person, she kept apologizing for dropping it. Yeah, I would too. And I just said, "I am just so disappointed. I'm just so disappointed that this has happened." So finally she says, "Okay, I can give you $20 to buy new knobs." So I said, "Okay, that'll work." So we gathered up the pieces, put everything back together, and we're taking it out to the car. And I said to my friend Stacy, I said, so what do you think about that? And she's like, I think you just got a beautiful Martha Washington sewing table for $20.50. I did. It's amazing. And like I said, I will post a video at the end and show you my wonderful table. I'm thrilled to have it. It doesn't even matter to me, the mark on the top. I just cover it because it just shows it was used and loved, just like we like to use and love our things too. So anyway, that's my Martha Washington. So I have found a few other little treasures I'll share with you briefly, and then I'll get on to my giveaway for this time. This went way longer than I thought it would, but oh well, that happens. Okay, so I love all the little doodads that go along with sewing. So at an antique mall near my home recently, I found this silver and ivory foldable ruler. It's in perfect condition. It expands to 12 inches, but folds up to 3. So I saw this at the antique mall a few months ago, and it was pricey, but it just kept calling to me. So this antique mall had their Christmas festival this past weekend, and a lot of vendors had sales. So I went, and they were not having a sale, this vendor, of course. So I did ask them if they could call and ask if they would be willing to budge on the price at all. And they did. So they took off 20%, and this came home with me. I am so excited to have it. It's a Stanley ruler. It was a joint venture. It's in inches on one side, metric on the other side. It was a joint venture between Stanley and a company in Germany that makes these. I have looked them up on the internet, and they are every bit of expensive. I have seen a few, and they are every bit as expensive as this one was. And this is just a treasure. I'm thrilled to have it. No buyer's regret, nothing. And sometimes, you know, you just have to treat yourself. And my husband will enable me. He said, you know, if you don't get it and you come back another time to buy it and it is gone, you will be very, very disappointed and sad. He says, so just get it. You deserve it. So I do. The other thing I found there that same day is this little carrier. This is so cute. This is only about 4 inches by 5.5 inches. And it's signed, initialed and signed 1983 on the bottom. Somebody painted this in probably a toll painting class. And I thought, 1983, that's not that old. Well, my friends, that is 40 years. That is 40 years worth of old. So anyway, I did scoop this up and was able to buy this for $18. So cute. I'll do something with this. The other thing was this beautiful wooden bowl. This is about 17 inches end to end. And there was a problem with this. It had a sticker on it that said wooden rake. And when I went to pay for it, wooden rake, $19. When I went to pay for it, the person at the antique mall said that tag doesn't match the piece. The vendor probably labeled it wrong. So they went back to the booth and looked to see if they could find a rake marked wooden bowl, and they couldn't find anything. So they called the vendor and they said that we've got this wooden bowl. It's clearly a wooden bowl, but it's labeled wooden rake. What should we do? And they said the vendor just laughed. They said she really laughed hard and said, just sell it for the price. So this will be a great way to display some of the little pin cushions I make, maybe those holiday ones that Sylvia designed. But those were some great finds. So anyway, that pretty much takes me to the end of what I have here today. I would like to offer a giveaway for the next time. And my giveaway is such, I keep dropping, oh heck. Oh, here it is. I have 2 giveaways. Again, you must like and subscribe to my channel. you have to be over 18. Please do not mention giveaway, raffle, drawing, nothing that could energize some of the people out there that are just looking to take advantage. So I am offering this Christmas sewing kit chart. It's new. And so if you would like this, please mention sewing in your comment to me. And then the other one is for this beautiful beaded lanyard that I love to attach my scissors to these when I travel, because I don't know about you, but I am able to stitch in the car. I love stitching on perforated paper in the car, but it seems like my scissors are always dropping down between the seats. And then I'm like killing my hand trying to reach down there and get them. And my husband always says, "Are you looking for your scissors again?" "Yes, honey, I am looking for my scissors." So anyway, I wear this around my neck, put a scissor on it, and it's just great for those stitching times in the car. So if you would like to win this, please put in your comment, scissor. And again, I will provide my email, and just email me and let me know. Once I draw the winners, I will we'll figure it out. Anyway, you know the drill. But anyway, those are my giveaways for this time. I'm wishing everyone a very blessed and fun, family-filled Thanksgiving. Try to, stow away some stitching time for yourself. Find that peace. Until the next time we meet again, may you find calm, peace, and relaxation in your stitches. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and I'm so glad I could touch base with you today. And stay tuned for the second part of the video, and you will see my magnificent Martha Washington sewing table. Bye-bye for now, friends. See you next time. Hi, Floss Tube friends. So here's the video I promised about my Martha Washington sewing stand that I was able to recently obtain on a trip to Ocean City, Maryland with my friend Stacy. We stopped at an antique mall on the way there, and I was so lucky to find this. The lady at the shop told me that it had only arrived there the day before. The price was only $45. This is really in very great shape. This is the typical look of a Martha Washington sewing stand. And so anyway, when they told me it was $45, I did ask if the vendor was having any sales that day. And she said, yes, I could take off another 10%. And then after the unfortunate event of it falling, as I told you in my floss tube, my final price for this beauty was $20.50. And someone in an antique shop that worked at an antique shop recently mentioned to me that just because they work at an antique shop does not mean that they know everything about everything that they have there. So this was truly an excellent find for me. If you look for these on the secondary market, the lowest I have ever seen them is $150 for one that is kind of in rough shape, on upward of several $100s. So let me tell you something about this Martha Washington sewing stand. As stitchers, we love to have all the things. We just like to have it. It just makes us feel close with the women that have gone before us that were avid needleworkers throughout time and history. So anyway, the Martha Washington sewing stand has two flaps on the side with compartments for either sewing or knitting. They're quite deep. So the top is a flat surface that you can put something on, but still access your projects from the side, which I think is just a stellar idea. And there's also 3 drawers. In this drawer, there are spaces to put dowels across here to hold thread spools. Then this one has a little slide drawer for more sewing goodies. And then the bottom drawer is just a nice spacious drawer to hold your things. really the only thing that I can see about this chest that someone might consider an issue, but I don't really, is that on the top, you can probably see it, whoa, oops, on the top there's a little dark circle, like someone had placed a beverage or something that had water condensation on it. I have treated it with oils to hopefully bring that out, but you know, that doesn't even really matter to me, because it shows that someone used it, loved it, it was part of their day, it was part of their stitching, it was part of them doing what we all love to do. So I would much rather have something that shows some wear and some love and that it had purpose and use, rather than something that someone just had hiding in a cabinet or just had for show. So the way I cover this, I just take my shaker box, put it right on top, then it doesn't even matter. Can't even see it. So anyway, I'm so glad that I was able to show you my sewing stand, and just always stay vigilant when you're shopping thrift shops, charity shops, flea markets, antique malls, because you never know when you're going to find that treasure. So thanks again, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Have a great Thanksgiving.